Joining us now to give us the details is Professor of Accounting at Montclair University, one of my friends, Dan Geltrude. Great to see you.
Hey, Heather.
So take us through some of the elements of this plan that you think possibly work. Begin there.
So the Paycheck Protection Program, otherwise known as PPP, was a very good program that was rolled out about a year ago. However, it was done with a lot of speed and it wasn't perfect. So what we saw in the first round of PPP was businesses that really needed funds that weren't able to get them on a timely basis. So now where we are currently is the second round of PPP, and Joe Biden is proposing some changes to that program. So the first thing that he's doing is, starting on Wednesday, there is going to be a priority for businesses with less than 20 employees that will have exclusivity for a 2-week period to apply for PPP loans and ultimately forgiveness. And when you look at small businesses, the small businesses by definition are 500 employees or less. 98% of small businesses actually have 20 or fewer employees. And those are the businesses that have been impacted the most by the pandemic and by all the shutdowns across the country. So I think he's right to say that we need to focus in on helping those businesses survive.
Yeah, Dan, I agree with you there. It seems like it's a good, they were supposed to do that to begin with, but they really didn't. And I guess it's because if you can put theoretically 500 people back to work and it's still called a small business, give them the money and it makes your numbers look good. But we've seen over 100,000 small businesses go belly up during this, and that may be on the low side as an estimate. So what advice would you give small business owners right now?
Small business owners really need to know the facts out there as far as their eligibility to get their hands on this money. The government wants these businesses to have the money. And what happened in the first round, which caused a lot of outrage, Bob, was some of these major companies were able to kind of skirt around the rules and be able to get millions of dollars when they really didn't need it. So the way the program is being done in round two is, in order to qualify, you must have had a reduction in your revenues by 25%, comparing 2020 to 2019 in any quarter. So if your revenues went down by 25% in any one quarter, now you're eligible, because what that shows is you've been impacted by COVID. The first round, it was if you think you're going to be adversely affected. And at that point, everybody thought they would be adversely affected. But of course, that wasn't the case.
Dan, getting it out to these people, though, an organization, is that also an issue? Because I was reading that there was, what, $284 billion available for funding, and they've only used about half of it.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of money that's still left in the PPP program, which I don't understand how that happened when there's businesses out there that need the help. But I think what happened is that the government was constantly making changes. And remember, this money wasn't coming directly from the Fed. It was going through the banks. They were the ones who were the liaison between the business owners and the Treasury Department. So I think they did a better job as the program went on. I don't see it as much of a concern. But I think there's always a concern with so much red tape related to.
And then the banks were taking care of their best customers.
Well, that was part of it too, Bob. You're exactly right. There was some questions about, are there some people in line that are getting favorable treatment because they're already a customer of the bank, and they were overwhelmed. So they said, well, we're only taking current bank customers. It wasn't supposed to be that way. It was supposed to be on a first come, first served basis, no matter what banking institution you went to.
And most need. Hopefully it will go better this time around. Dan, thank you so much for breaking it down for us.
Thank you.